Hello, dear students. Today we are going to study together Unit 7, Lesson 2 entitled Meat-Eating Plants. Have you ever heard of meat-eating plants? You probably haven't. Most of us think that only animals eat meat, that is to say, they are carnivorous, while plants need only light from the sun, soil, and water to grow. Newsflash, there are exceptions. Today we are going to learn more about meat-eating plants, what are the most famous carnivorous plants, and what are the creatures they eat. Read the article and say where you can grow meat-eating plants at home. Meat-eating plants. Do you think all plants need only light, soil, and water? Then you're wrong. Some plants eat meat. These usually grow in areas with poor soil. This soil can't give them all the food they need, so the plants have found another way of getting it, by eating insects and other small creatures. Don't be scared though, they won't eat you. Plants only eat people in stories. So in general, what do all plants need to grow? They need light, soil, and water. Is this the case for all plants? No, there are exceptions. There are other plants that eat meat. Why do they eat meat? Because they grow in areas with poor soil. They don't get the nutrition they need from the soil. So, what do? They have to get food from another source. This other source is insects and other small creatures. Okay, do they eat people? Since they are meat-eating plants, do they eat people? No, this happens only in stories. Plants only eat people in stories. One famous meat-eating plant is the Venus flytrap. Insects fly into the plant and then the leaves trap them inside. Another meat-eating plant, the pitcher. It contains a sweet, sticky drink. Curious insects go inside for a sip and discover that the flower is slippery. They slide down and become the plant's next meal. So, what are the most famous types of meat-eating plants? One, we have the Venus flytrap, and we also have the pitcher. How do meat-eating plants like the Venus flytrap or the pitcher, how do they eat or trap insects, their food? The Venus flytrap, for example, they attract insects. These insects fly into the plant and then the leaves trap them inside, as you can see in the picture. Once the insect is inside, the leaves trap the insect. It closes. What about the pitcher? The pitcher contains a sweet, sticky drink. Once the insect on that plant, it's stuck. Yes, because this plant, the pitcher, it has a sticky drink, and this is how it eats or traps insects. They find the flower slippery, then they slide down and become the plant's next meal. Keeping some of these plants at home is easy. You can grow them in pots, but you must water them often. Some of them, however, are not suitable for the home. They are massive. They can hold 7 liters of water. Sometimes a lizard, bird, or mouse discovers that this kind of plant is in a good place for a drink. So, can we humans grow meat-eating plants at home? Certainly. How? We can grow them in pots. Okay, how do we grow them? We can grow them by watering these plants. They can hold 7 liters of water. Are they safe for lizards, birds, or mice? No, they will not find it a good place for drink. Now let's study together some of the vocabulary related to meat-eating plants. Please repeat after me. Wildlife, Wildlife, wildlife. Wildlife is all about wild plants like meat-eating plants and wild animals, as you can see in the picture. Wildlife. Area, area, area. Area is a noun which means a part of a land. Area. Creature, creature, creature. Creature is a noun which means anything that is living, such as insects, animals, or fish. Creature. Trap, trap, trap. Trap is a noun which means a tool to catch an animal or insect. Trap. Trap can also be a verb which means to catch. Trap. Pitcher, pitcher, pitcher. Pitcher is a noun which means a kind of plant that makes a trap to catch insects. Do you remember when we talked about meat-eating plants? We said that one of the most famous types of meat-eating plants was pitcher plants. Pitcher. Pitcher has another meaning, which is jug, and pitcher plants are called pitcher plants because they have the shape of a jug, of a pitcher. Pitcher. Pot, pot, pot. Pot is a noun which means a container for planting, usually made of plastic or baked clay. Pot. Seeds, seeds, seeds. Slippery, slippery, slippery. Slippery is an adjective which means difficult to walk on because of being wet. Slippery. Sticky, sticky, sticky. Sticky is an adjective which means made or covered with a substance that sticks to different surfaces. For example, here, gum sticks to the sole of the shoes. Sticky. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Sweet is an adjective which means sugary. For example, this cookie is sweet. It is sugary. The opposite is sour. For example, lemon is sour. Sip, sip, sip. Sip is a verb which means to drink slowly, taking a small quantity of a liquid. For example, this girl is sipping tea. She's drinking tea slowly, taking small quantities of it. This woman is sipping water. Sip. Suitable, suitable, suitable. Suitable is an adjective which means having the right qualities. For example, the film is not suitable for children. It means it's not right for children. Suitable. Massive, massive, massive. Massive is an adjective which means very big. Curious, curious, curious. Curious is an adjective which means eager and want to know. Curious. Discover, discover, discover. Discover is a verb which means to find and know new things. Discover. Scared, scared, scared. Scared is an adjective which means afraid. The opposite is secured. Famous, famous, famous. Famous is an adjective which means well known. The opposite is common or ordinary. For example, these people are famous. Justin Bieber is famous. He's very known. Ariana Grande is also famous. She's a famous pop singer. Poor, poor, poor. Poor means someone who doesn't have money, and the opposite is rich. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. Brilliant is an adjective which means clever or talented. Brilliant. Now that you have read the article, let's check your understanding by answering these questions. 1. Where do a lot of meat-eating plants grow? They grow in areas with poor soil. Remember, it was said in the passage that these usually grow in areas with poor soil. 2. Why do these plants eat meat? Because they can't get the food they need from the soil. Remember, it was mentioned in the passage that this soil can't give them all the food they need, so the plants have found another way of getting it. 3. Which plant traps insects inside its leaves? The answer is the Venus flytrap. It was mentioned in the passage that one famous meat-eating plant is the Venus flytrap. Insects fly into the plant and then the leaves trap them inside. 4. Which plant is slippery inside? The answer is the pitcher. It was mentioned in the passage that curious insects go inside and discover that the flower is slippery. 5. What must you do when you keep these plants at home? You must water them often. 6. How much water can some of these big plants hold? They can hold 7 liters. They can hold 7 liters of water. Complete the sentences with these words: curious, massive, slippery, sticky, and suitable. 1. I am about this strange animal. What is it? I am curious. I want to know more about this strange animal. What is it? 2. I fell over because the street was very slippery. Why would you fall over? Because it's slippery. Maybe it's wet. 3. This flower isn't just big, it's massive. It's very big. 4. These leaves they are stuck to my clothes. They are stuck, so what is the adjective? Sticky. Excellent. 5. This plant isn't for the home. It must be outside. This plant isn't suitable. It's not right. Circle the correct words. There are lots of different kinds of in our garden. There are lots of different kinds of wildlife, many flowers, many wild flowers, like maybe we have the pitcher meat-eating plant or the Venus flytrap. We've got like squirrels, foxes, and frogs. These are types of wildlife: squirrels, foxes, and frog. We've got creatures, living things. Last year we made A and we filled it with water. What is filled with water? A pond is filled with water. Last year we made a pond and we filled it with water. The animals like drinking from it. But one day one of the squirrels went for A and it fell in the water. It went for a sip, drinking slowly from the water, from the pond. It was wet, but it was okay. We also put for the birds. We also put out seeds because birds are known for eating seeds for the birds. They love eating them and we love watching them eat. Thank you for watching. Bye.